Joining us now is March for Life President Jeanne Mancini, and she's the one who made that quote to make abortion unthinkable in America. Jeanne, this is the second March for Life since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. Is this still a celebratory moment for the pro-life movement, or is there more work to be done?
Well, I think both. It is a celebratory moment, but we're all keenly aware that there's work to be done. There's so much confusion in our culture over abortion, and that really the confusion is abortion good for women? And spoiler alert, it's not.
Yeah.
It's never good for women, and it's never good for the baby. And so we have our work cut out for us to change hearts and minds and to educate on this issue.
Jeanne, this year's theme is pro-life, with every woman for every child. What does that mean exactly?
So the heart of the pro-life movement is to help both mother and baby and father, families, to flourish, to fully humanly flourish. We're not just for the baby, but we're certainly not for the baby without the mother. We're for both. And so we are going to discuss that. The March for Life allows kind of a springboard to be able to talk about these deeper issues. And within that context, we want to really highlight the noble work of pregnancy care centers and maternity homes around the country. There are over 3,400 of those collective centers and homes in our country. And in the latest year that data is available, 2022, these places provided over $358 million in resources for women facing unexpected pregnancies and their families. These are things like housing, healthcare, diapers, formula, food, you name it. And so the heart of the pro-life movement is for both mom and baby, and we plan to showcase that.
That's awesome. Well, this march comes during an election year, of course. Do you see abortion being a major issue in this year's presidential election?
Yeah, so the March for Life doesn't endorse candidates ever, but absolutely, I see that this is on people's minds, that we're still in what I would describe as the cultural earthquake of the overturn of Roe, which again is such a victory, but also leads to a lot of confusion in people's minds and hearts that don't really know the truth about this issue. And so yes, I think this will be very front and center in the presidential debates and in the presidential election. And you can bet that we'll be doing our part to educate as much as possible.
Jeanne, talk to us about the abortion pill case. Is this the next major abortion battle for the pro-life movement?
Yes. So the abortion pill, chemical abortion, mifepristone and misoprostol, this is a two-step regimen, was originally approved in the year 2000, and that approval was rushed, flawed, and politicized. And it's that approval that was that there's a lawsuit against, that politicized approval. But really what the Supreme Court is taking up now is the question of mail order chemical abortion. So what we see from pro-choice advocates often is greater access to abortion is often equated with women's health. But the reality is that they're lowering the bar on health regulatory standards here. So being pro-life is being pro-women, and it's very much being pro-women's health. And the reality is that chemical abortion is much harder on women. And obviously it takes the life of the child too, but it's 4 times harder on women than surgical abortion. And so the idea of having mail order chemical abortion is not in the best interest of women's health, and it's flat out dangerous. So that's what this Supreme Court case is being taken up is about. That's being taken up. They'll hear oral arguments in April, and we are certainly watching this closely and praying for the best outcome.
Wow, that's interesting. I did not know all that. Very interesting. Real quick, Jeanne, weather's never stopped this event, but snow is in the forecast for Friday. Is the weather going to affect turnout?
Probably not. I can remember the blizzard of 2016 where people got caught on the Pennsylvania Turnpike for like 24 hours, but that didn't dim the turnout of the March for Life. So, we're like the mailman, rain, sleet, snow, or shine. We show up in March. There's no sacrifice too great to march for the single greatest human rights cause of our time, which is the unborn child and mother. And so I don't think so. I think we'll have a big crowd on Friday.
I think you will. I know you will. You guys guys are amazing. We look forward to covering it. Jeanne Mancini, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, Wendy. You too.
Well, don't miss our live coverage of the 51st National Annual March for Life. You can watch it on the CBN News Channel, CBN News app, or YouTube channel beginning at noon.